Masculine polarity, desire, and emotional leadership. Stoic Apex frame, rotational lens, neurobiological security. By Stan Tatkin. Most men lose desire at home for one reason. They bring performance mode into intimacy. And performance mode kills polarity. At work, performance mode is useful. It builds outcomes. It protects your reputation. It keeps you sharp. At home, it becomes a toxin. Because your relationship does not run on productivity. It runs on safety and attunement, and also edge. That combination is rare. Most men only know one side. Stan Tatkin calls it creating and maintaining a safe couple bubble. Not romance. Not vibes. A protected system where two nervous systems can exhale. Here is the problem. A man can build a couple bubble and still destroy polarity by turning safety into softness, and softness into passivity. So this episode is not be nicer. This episode is, be steady, be warm, and keep your edge. Polarity is not manipulation. Polarity is the energetic result of two adults who respect themselves and respect the bond without begging for it. When you walk through your front door, do you enter as a man who leads? Or as a man who seeks relief? And if you seek relief, do you call it love? Or do you call it I'm tired? The Stoic Apex spine, the apex interval. Most men think desire is chemistry. It is not. Desire is leadership under pressure. The pressure is real. Deadlines, bills, noise, screens, fatigue, friction, parenting, conflict, etc. When your body is taxed, you become reactive. And reaction is the enemy of polarity. This is where Stoic Apex begins. Every time. The apex interval is the pause between impulse and action where a man regains command over himself. If you can't pause, you can't lead. If you can't lead, you can't create safety. If you can't create safety, you can't create lasting desire. Here is a Stoic anchor that keeps your nervous system honest. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The present is the only thing of which a man can be deprived, if it is true that this is the only thing which he has." Stoic Apex translation. Your power is not in yesterday's argument. Your power is not in tomorrow's anxiety. Your power is in the present. Because the present is where your behavior happens. So the first act of masculine emotional leadership is not fix your mood. It is not win the point. It is not prove you're right. It is this. I will not bring a nervous system at war into the home. I will downshift first. Then I will lead. If this episode hits you, leave a comment with one word, polarity. Not for me. For you. So you start training ownership in public. Stoic discipline, judgment versus reaction. The hidden pattern that kills desire. A man comes home. He is depleted. He wants peace. So he becomes agreeable. He avoids friction. He avoids leading. He calls it keeping the peace. But what he is actually doing is leaking frame. Polarity requires a man who can hold emotional weather without collapsing and without controlling. There are two common failures. Collapse. You over-accommodate to avoid tension. Control. You become rigid to avoid vulnerability. Both kill polarity. One is weak. One is harsh. Neither is leadership. Stoic discipline is the third path. Containment. Containment means I can feel pressure without exporting it. I can hear her without surrendering myself. I can lead without dominating. That is masculine power in a relationship. Not force. Stability. Here is the Stoic Apex question. When she is emotional, do you get pulled into it? Or do you become cold? And if you become cold, are you calling it strength? Or is it avoidance wearing armor? The apex interval in real-life work to home transition. If you want polarity, you need a transition protocol. Not a speech. A sequence. Here is the Stoic Apex doorway reset. Do it in under 2 minutes. Step 1. Drop the battlefield. Before you speak to anyone, exhale longer than you inhale. Do it 3 times. Not dramatic. Not visible. Just real. Step 2. Name what you're carrying. One sentence in your mind. I am carrying urgency. Or, I am carrying irritation. Or, I am carrying pressure. This is not self-help. This is you taking command of state. Step 3. Choose your first move. Your first move sets the tone. If you enter with scattered energy, the home becomes scattered. If you enter with complaint energy, the home becomes defensive. If you enter with grounded presence, the home exhales. This is emotional leadership. And now we add the Machiavellian layer. Because discipline without strategy becomes vulnerability in a competitive world. Not softness. Not naiveness. Vulnerability, meaning, exposed, readable, easily moved. Stoic Apex doesn't shame vulnerability. We discipline it. We place it correctly. If you want the next episode as soon as it is published, subscribe. This series is built sequentially, each video installs the next layer. Power and perception, Machiavellian contrast begins. Machiavelli, the home is a kingdom too. Machiavelli is useful when men confuse love with surrender. He is also useful when men confuse leadership with aggression. Here is the sharp truth. People respond to what you reward, what you tolerate, and what you consistently embody. Your home is no exception. Machiavelli wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved, either must be dispensed with." Stoic Apex translation. This is not telling you to intimidate your partner. This is telling you that respect is not optional. In modern relationship terms, if you lose respect, desire follows. If you keep respect, you can rebuild almost anything. Respect comes from consistency. Not from arguing harder. Not from explaining more. Consistency. So the question becomes, what do you consistently embody when you are tired? Do you become passive? Do you become irritable? Do you become avoidant? Do you become performative? Because your partner doesn't bond to your intentions. She bonds to your pattern. If your partner could describe your pattern in one sentence, what would it be? And would that sentence create desire? Or would it create emotional distance? The polarity equation, simple, hard, true. Polarity is built when these 3 are present. 1. Safety, nervous system can relax. 2. Direction, someone is steering. 3. Edge, the man is not begging. Most men can do 1. Some men can do 2. Very few can do all 3, consistently. Stoic Apex trains all 3. Safety equals your nervous system is not chaotic. Direction equals you choose the tone and the path. Edge equals you maintain self-respect and boundaries without hostility. In part 2, we go deeper into identity agreements. Because Toltec integrity determines whether your masculine leadership is real, or just a persona that collapses under tension. Identity and AMP, agreements, power and perception, Machiavellian strategy applied to modern life. 1. The social reality most men refuse to admit. Polarity is not created by what you say you value. It is created by what you consistently embody under pressure. The home is not exempt from human nature. Your partner reads your nervous system and your standards the same way your team reads your confidence and your decisiveness at work. This is the Machiavellian layer of Stoic Apex, and it is not villainy. It is accuracy. Power is always present in human systems. The question is whether you will be naive about it, or conscious with it. Stoic Apex chooses conscious. In practice, this means you stop trying to earn desire with effort. You stop trying to earn respect with explanations. You earn it with alignment. You earn it with clean action. When you are challenged, do you lead with clarity, or do you negotiate your own standards in real time? And when you negotiate your standards, do you call it being flexible, or do you feel the quiet loss of self-respect? 2. Work leadership is training for intimacy leadership. Most men separate leader at work and boyfriend, or husband at home. That split is one of the fastest ways to become a man who is respected in public and minimized in private. At work, you understand structure. You understand tone setting. You understand the cost of inconsistency. At home, many men abandon those skills because they confuse leadership with control. So they avoid leading entirely. Then they wonder why desire fades. Here is the translation. Leadership at home is not barking orders. Leadership at home is being the emotional thermostat. It is being reliable. It is being steady. It is making decisions without becoming rigid. It is moving first, calmly, in a way that makes everyone else feel oriented. That orientation is not romance. It is nervous system safety plus direction. If you want this series to keep building, subscribe and return tomorrow. These episodes are designed as a sequence. 3. The nice man trap, and why it fails. A man thinks being nice will protect him from conflict. It will not. It only delays conflict, and it usually makes it worse. This is because it teaches the relationship one message: my peace depends on you not reacting. That is not leadership. That is dependency. Polarity requires a man who can tolerate tension without becoming cruel and without collapsing. It requires a man who can hear discomfort and stay intact. So the Stoic Apex standard is this. Your calm must not be conditional. Your calm must be trained. When you feel tension rising, do you get the urge to fix it fast, or do you have the strength to slow it down and handle it cleanly? And if you fix it fast, are you solving the issue, or are you buying relief? Identity and agreements. Toltec integrity as the polarity engine for the agreement you are actually living. Most men are not living by principles. They are living by agreements. Unspoken contracts with themselves that run their behavior. Examples: if she is upset, I must resolve it immediately. If she is distant, I must earn her back. If I set a boundary, I will be punished. If I lead, I will be called controlling. These agreements are not facts. They are stories. And a man who cannot see his agreements cannot change his life. This is where the Toltecs cut clean. Don Miguel Ruiz's first agreement is stated plainly: be impeccable with your word. Stoic Apex translation: your words must match your standards, and your standards must match your behavior. If you say you value self-respect, but you tolerate disrespect, your word is not impeccable. It is performative. Now here is where most men fail. They think being impeccable means speak better. No. It means live cleaner. It means you do not promise what you will not enforce. It means you do not threaten what you will not do. It means you do not talk yourself into a smaller life. What is the sentence you keep repeating to yourself about who you are in relationships? And does that sentence build you, or does it shrink you? 5. The most dangerous agreement, taking it personally. Here is the Toltec sentence that frees men from emotional slavery. Don't take anything personally. Stoic Apex translation: do not confuse someone else's emotion with your worth. This matters for polarity because men often become reactive in two ways. They either defend themselves aggressively, or they collapse and over-explain. Both are forms of taking it personally. Both communicate weakness. If your partner is stressed and sharp, it does not automatically mean you failed. If she is quiet, it does not automatically mean you are losing her. If she is disappointed, it does not automatically mean you are unworthy. You will address behavior. You will hold standards. You will repair when needed. But you will not hand your identity to another person's mood. That is the Toltec discipline that creates masculine steadiness. If this section is exposing one of your old agreements, leave a comment with one word: impeccable. Not for me. For you. A public marker that you are choosing a cleaner standard. 6. How this changes real couples, dating, marriage, long term. In dating, a man who does not take things personally becomes magnetic because he stops chasing. He does not punish. He does not plead. He stays present and he stays discerning. In marriage, a man who does not take things personally becomes safe because his partner can have a feeling without it becoming a trial. She can be human without him collapsing. That safety is not boring when it is paired with direction and edge. It becomes the foundation for desire that does not depend on novelty alone. In long-term partnership, the relationship becomes resilient when both people know this rule. My emotion is mine, your emotion is yours, our bond is something we protect together. That is secure functioning in practice, and it sets up the next act. Because your ability to live these principles depends on one thing most men ignore: the state of your nervous system. Part 3, Neurobiology, Work Stress, and Relationship Translation. Neurobiology, Stan Tatkin Layer, Why Your Frame Disappears Under Stress. 1. The truth: your philosophy fails when your nervous system is threatened. Most men think their problem is discipline. It is not. Your bigger problem is state. When your nervous system detects threat, real or imagined, your body prioritizes survival over wisdom. That is why you can understand Stoicism intellectually and still react in the moment. That is why you can know what to do and still do the opposite. This is where Stoic Apex becomes modern. We don't pretend you can think your way out of a triggered body. Stan Tatkin's work is useful here because it treats relationships as a nervous system environment. When the bond feels unsafe, your biology prepares for conflict, distance, or control. When you lose your frame, what do you feel first? Heat, tightness, urgency, collapse, numbness? And if you can name it, can you see that your reaction was a body event before it was a character flaw? 2. The fastest way to spot a trigger. A trigger is not a big emotion. A trigger is speed. You get fast. Fast words. Fast conclusions. Fast accusations. Fast fixing. Fast withdrawal. The apex interval exists for one purpose: to interrupt speed. Because speed is how you hand control to impulse while convincing yourself it was necessary. So Stoic Apex trains the pause. The way a fighter trains distance. Not because you are weak. Because you are responsible. Apex interval practical move. Stop. Exhale longer than you inhale. Drop the jaw. Lower the shoulders. Feel both feet. Then ask one clean question. What is the objective here? Not how do I feel? Objective first. Then meaning. Then response. 3. Attachment dynamics in the real world, modern, not theoretical. Men in their 18 to 35 range are often dealing with one of three patterns. The performer: if I do enough, I'll be safe. The controller: if I manage everything, I won't be hurt. The avoider: if I stay distant, I can't be trapped. All three are nervous system strategies. Not virtues. Not sins. Strategies. Tatkin's lens matters because couples don't just communicate. They co-regulate, or they destabilize each other. That's why your frame is not only about you. Your frame is also about the environment you create. If you come home in performance mode, tight, scanning, impatient, your partner feels it. Not as a moral judgment. As a biological signal. When you walk through the door, do you bring your family your presence, or do you bring them your unresolved adrenaline? Work mode, home mode, for modern men. 4. The workday is a threat factory. If you're leading, building, managing, directing, constructing, your brain is doing constant threat assessment. Deadlines, conflict, reputation, resource constraints, social politics, micro decisions that never stop. By the time you get home, your nervous system is not tired. It is armed. And this is where many men sabotage desire without realizing it. They walk into the home with a posture that says, "I'm still on duty." Your partner might not say it that way. She might call you distant, irritable, unavailable, cold. Or she might mirror your tension and start a fight to get contact, because conflict is still contact. That's why Stoic Apex treats transition as sacred. Apex Interval Transition Protocol, 2 minutes, repeat daily. Before you enter the house, pause in the car or at the door. One long exhale. Then another. Unclench hands. Unclench jaw. Decide, I am switching roles. Enter slower than you want to. First words are calm, simple, grounded. This isn't romance. This is leadership. If you want this series to become your daily reset, subscribe. These are not ideas. They are drills. And drills require repetition. 5. Stoic Anchor. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stoic Apex Translation. Your first victory is internal. Not because the world is gentle. Because you refuse to be governed by impulse. Example, your partner says, "You're never here." Old you reacts fast, defend, explain, counterattack. Stoic Apex you uses the apex interval, regulate, then respond with direction. I hear you. I'm switching out of work mode. Give me 5 minutes to come down, then I'm fully here. That sentence is power. Not apology. Not argument. Orientation. 6. Toltec Anchor. Don Miguel Ruiz wrote, "Don't take anything personally." Stoic Apex Translation. Her emotion is data, not your identity. Example, if she's disappointed, you don't collapse into shame. You ask, "What standard did I miss?" Then you correct cleanly. Or you hold your boundary cleanly. Either way, you stay intact. 7. Machiavelli. In contrast, Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Stoic Apex Translation. This is not a call to intimidation. It is a warning about consequences. Respect without consequence is decoration. Love without standards becomes instability. Example. A man who tries to be loved at all costs becomes predictable. Predictability without self-respect kills polarity. So you become consistent, not compliant. Warm, not weak. Kind, not negotiable. Where in your relationship have you been trading authority for approval? And how has that trade been costing you desire? 8. Neurobiological. Why in one frame? When your nervous system is in threat, you lose nuance. You lose patience. You lose curiosity. You lose the ability to hold two truths at once. A. So the goal is not be perfect. B. The goal is return to state. Stoic Apex is not emotional suppression. It is emotional governance. And governance requires physiology. Application drills, relationship scenarios and orientation. Application, the apex interval as a daily system. 1. The apex interval isn't a concept. It's a drill. Most men don't lack knowledge. They lack a repeatable sequence. The apex interval is the pause between impulse and action where a man regains command over himself. That means it must be usable when you are tired. When you are disrespected. When your chest tightens. When you want to win the moment. So here is the system, built for modern pressure. The apex interval, 5-step internal process, use in work, dating, and marriage. Step 1, name the state. Don't narrate the whole story. Name the body signal. Heat in the chest. Jaw clamp. Fast talking. Urge to correct. Urge to leave. This is activation, not truth. When you react, do you feel powerful, or do you feel relieved? Step 2, slow the body. If you cannot slow your physiology, you cannot hold your frame. Exhale longer than inhale. Shoulders down. Tongue off the roof of the mouth. Feet on the ground. Eyes soften. Step 3, define the objective. A man with no objective gets dragged by mood, ego, and tone. Pick one objective. 1. De-escalate. 2. Clarify. 3. Set a boundary. 4. Repair. Exit cleanly. Reconnect. Ask yourself, what is the objective in one sentence? Step 4. Choose the smallest dominant move. Not the loud move. Not the dramatic move. The smallest move that sets direction. Example, 1 calm question. 1 boundary sentence. 1 acknowledgement and pause. 1 clean exit and return time. Minimum force. Maximum direction. Step 5, hold the frame through the aftershock. Even when you respond well, the body still shakes. This is where men fail. They win the moment, then leak later. Real-world scenarios, work relationship plus leadership. Scenario A, the office, you're challenged publicly. A colleague undermines you in a meeting. Old reaction, defend fast, over-explain, attack back. Apex interval response. Pause. 1 exhale. Then say, calmly, I hear your concern. What specific outcome are you proposing, and what data are we using? That question does 3 things. 1. Slows the room. 2. Forces specifics. And 3. Reestablishes authority. Machiavellian strategy, you shift from emotion to structure. Structure is power. Machiavelli wrote, men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand. Stoic Apex translation. Perception is a currency. You don't spend it in a tantrum. Scenario B, dating, a test, a spike, a provocation. She says, so you're one of those guys who thinks he's calm. This is a test of stability. Old reaction, explain yourself, justify, chase approval. Apex interval response. Smile slightly. Pause. Then, I don't need to convince you. You'll notice over time. Then you redirect. Question, tell me what you respect in a man when things get tense. That keeps polarity. You don't chase. You lead the frame. You invite depth. When a woman tests you, do you try to win her, or do you reveal yourself and let her decide? Don Miguel Ruiz wrote, be impeccable with your word. Stoic Apex translation, your words are either leadership, or leakage. Machiavelli wrote, the first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Stoic Apex translation, choose your circle. Your circle trains your nervous system. Tatkin repeatedly emphasizes that secure functioning couples prioritize the relationship as a 2-person system and manage threat states with deliberate rituals and repairs. Stoic Apex translation, love is not only an emotion, it is regulation and reliability. Are you becoming a man people can trust under pressure? Or a man people must manage? Your Stoic Apex commitment. You don't need more information. You need repetition. The apex interval is built the same way strength is built. By returning to it, again and again, when you would rather react. If this episode is hitting you, leave 1 word in the comments, interval. Not for me. For you. So you start practicing self-command in public. If you want the full 21 episode Stoic Apex sequence, subscribe. This channel is for men who are done negotiating with their impulses. And when you're ready, go to the next episode and train the next layer. Because the unshakable frame isn't personality. It's practice leadership. Subscribe. Comment interval. Share this with one man who runs hot under pressure. Stoic Apex.